A lot of interesting news stories in sports today. I mean, so many different pieces of news you can just stick out. But three are really must talk about topics. So I'm going to put it all in one video. I'm thinking we could do maybe some of this regularly. Like maybe a couple days we can do like a day in the news of sports or something like that. But we'll see how this goes. Let's start off with college football. I mean, how long has it been since we've talked about college football on here? I think it's been ever since that epic ending to the national championship game is the last time we talked about college football on here. And this is a really interesting piece because I just feel like college football, in a way, it's going to stay competitive, I hope. Some may say it's going to stay one-sided. Others may say it's be competitive over the years. But Alabama head coach Nick Saban has signed a contract extension to the year 2024. I mean, it's scary as it is because a couple of years ago, before he signed his original contract extension until 2019, there was talks that Nick Saban could have a chance of taking the Texas job. And there was all these stories about Texas was the only place that Nick Saban would leave Alabama for. But I honestly knew that Nick Saban would stay at Alabama for the rest of his coaching career because why would he want to leave Alabama for somebody else? What he did for Alabama is he's changed that program. He's changed how football is played in Alabama. I honestly think he's better than Bear Bryant. He's, in fact, probably the best college football coach of all time, and you can't even deny that. I mean, sure, there's been a couple of coaches that have been good, that have done great things and accomplished big things, but Nick Saban's probably done more. He's basically like an entrepreneur for college football, where he gets all these recruits and he trains them for the NFL. And when those goes to the NFL, he just picks up new ones. He's been at the point where he's offering like middle schooler scholarships. He's offering sixth grader scholarships. I mean, Nick Saban's just that good, and you may hate Alabama, but you just can do nothing but applaud all of his accomplishments that he's done. He's like college football's Bill Belichick. In fact, he is college football's Bill Belichick. And there's no denying that. I mean, Alabama's going to be in the running for national championship after national championship for as long as Nick Saban's the head coach. I mean, Alabama's in a league of their own. I think maybe they're going to have one bad, if he coaches till 2024, which I honestly don't buy, because at that point it'll be 73, I think. I don't know if I buy that, but hey, never say never. Joe Paterno coached for all those years. So never say never. But I feel like Alabama may have one bad year at that point from 2017 to 2024. He may have a bad season or two, but he's always going to be contending. He and Alabama will be contending for national championships. In the NHL, Penguins Captain Sidney Crosby diagnosed with a concussion after a hit by Matt Niskanen in last night's Game 3. Seeing this hit, I'm not going to give out my homer opinion because I like the Penguins. But I honestly feel like it was somewhat of a dirty hit. But as Coach Sullivan said in the interview that was conducted during the game, that it is what it is, and Sid has very positive energy. He's very optimistic, and they're hoping he's back in the series. But honestly, I feel like if the Capitals do end up winning this series, it's going to be just because of that. I feel like maybe what happened is the Penguins just lost their urgency seeing their captain go down like that. But I still think the Penguins can win this series because as long as they don't wait till the 58th minute to start playing the game, I think they're going to be fine for Game 4. I feel like the Penguins will win at least Game 4 or Game 5. It'd be great for like me and other Penguins fans to win both. But I feel like they're going to at least win one of those two. And maybe Crosby can come back for a Game 6 or a Game 7 if it's necessary. But he's had concussion history before. And he's been out for a long time for concussions. So I'm going to leave that story at that. And then the final piece of news. Jamal Charles signing a 1-year deal with the Denver Broncos. I mean, that's like great justice. I mean, in a way it's kind of justice in a way, considering that you play for one team and then you sign with a rival team. That's like somebody working at McDonald's and then they just switch to go work at Burger King. That's honestly what it seems like. Or it's like somebody working at Pizza Hut and they're just now going to Papa John's. That's honestly what it feels like. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. Like and subscribe to the channel. Comment your thoughts in the comment section down below. Follow me on Twitter, JB Talk Sports. That is all I have for you today. I will see you next time.